Hello students, this is Nishi Mishra, your social studies teacher at Mount Mitra C School, Jhansi. Welcome back to your social studies class, children. In the previous lecture, we studied about the new administration system that was set up by the Britishers in India. In today's lecture, we are going to study about how the British East India Company expanded itself, how they became the supreme power in India, what all policies they have introduced in India so that they were able to run their administration in India. So children, by the 1856, the English East India Company had brought the whole of India under their control. They were able to do this just because of the inefficient rulers or inefficient administration of the Indian states and their superior military resources and the naval supremacy in India, right? They were very good, like their army was very strong, their naval power was very strong, plus the Indian rulers were inefficient. That is why they were able to have a control of almost all territories in India. There were different policies through which they were able to do this. Number one policy was the policy of paramountcy. Number two was subsidiary alliance, and number three was doctrine of legs. So children, paramountcy का मतलब क्या होता है? To make themselves, to show themselves as superior than others. अपने आप को एकदम superior दिखाना is paramountcy. So with this policy, Warren Hastings, who was the first Governor General of India, he claimed that the Britishers are at the highest level in the country. उन्होंने अपने आप को एक फॉल्स क्लेम्स करे, उन्होंने रूमर्स ऐसी फैला दी दैट नाउ द कंपनी इज हैविंग इट्स अथॉरिटी over the Indian states, and on this ground they in order to protect its interest, it was justified to annex any other Indian kingdom. मतलब उन्होंने बोला कि हम जो है पैरामाउंट हैं अब इस इंडिया में, और क्या करेंगे हम, यही पैरामाउंटेसी की पॉलिसी के अकॉर्डिंग अब हम एबल हैं टू एनेक्स एनी ऑफ द इंडियन टेरिटरी. Next was subsidiary alliance or subsidiary treaty. So subsidiary treaty was introduced by Governor General Lord Wellesley. So Lord Wellesley introduced treaty, मतलब होता है agreement. So Lord Wellesley introduced subsidiary treaty, and this was an agreement between the Britishers and the Indian rulers. So there were certain terms and conditions of this treaty. अब इस ट्रीटी के अकॉर्डिंग द ब्रिटिशर्स वर प्रोवाइडिंग प्रोटेक्शन टू द इंडियन रूलर्स. ठीक है, इस ट्रीटी के अकॉर्डिंग ब्रिटिशर्स जो हैं इंडियन रूलर्स को क्या दे रहे थे? प्रोटेक्शन दे रहे थे. बट इन रिटर्न दे आस्क्ड द रूलर्स टू पे फॉर द मेंटेनेंस ऑफ द ट्रूप्स. मतलब इसकी कुछ टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस थी कि अगर कोई भी रूलर जो है सब्सिडरी ट्रीटी को साइन कर रहा है तो दे विल गेट द प्रोटेक्शन फ्रॉम द ब्रिटिशर्स, लेकिन इन रिटर्न उनको पहली चीज़ क्या करनी पड़ेगी? दे वर द ब्रिटिश ट्रूप्स वर टू बी परमानेंटली प्लेस्ड इन द टेरिटरी ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर रूलर, एंड द रूलर हैड टू अफोर्ड ऑल द एक्सपेंसेस ऑफ दैट ट्रूप. Next thing was that the ruler had to remove all the foreign residents of his court except the English officers. मतलब ब्रिटिशर्स के अलावा किसी भी यूरोपियन को वो राजा अपने कोर्ट का हिस्सा नहीं बना सकता था. It also allowed the Britishers to supervise the rulers' relation with the other Indian states. मतलब कि रूलर जो है किसी भी दूसरे इंडियन स्टेट्स के साथ में उसकी कैसी रिलेशनशिप है, वो किसी के साथ में जो है अब दोस्ती नहीं कर सकता था, ना ही उनके ऊपर डायरेक्ट वॉर कर सकता था विदाउट हैविंग द परमिशन फ्रॉम द ब्रिटिशर्स. And this treaty was very harmful for the Indian rulers because उनको सिर्फ प्रोटेक्शन मिल रही थी, इसके बदले में they became the puppet rulers of the Britishers. They were not having any resources in their hands. उनको जो है मेंटेनेंस करना था ट्रूप्स का, प्लस उनको जो एनुअली जो टैक्सेस पे करने पड़ते थे टू द ब्रिटिशर्स, जिसकी वजह से जो उनका खजाना था, द ट्रेजरी ऑफ द रूलर्स वर गेटिंग एग्जॉस्टेड. अब जो ट्रूप्स की मेंटेनेंस के लिए जो मनी की रिक्वायरमेंट थी, दैट वाज टेकन फ्रॉम द लोकल पीपल. That was taken from the local people in as the high amount of taxes, right? The treaty made the ruler dependent on the Britishers and they lost their sovereignty. Sovereignty means independence. ठीक है, they became dependent on the Britishers और उनकी जो independence थी वो ख़त्म हो गई थी. As per this treaty, only Peshwa Bajirao II got protection from the Britishers as he was defeated by the Holkars. So he had to sign the treaty in order to get the protection from the Britishers so that he can go back to Pune. Awadh was also annexed as per this treaty, and they asked on the name of the misgovernment and the misgovernance and the maladministration. उन्होंने बोला कि अवध को जो है, अवध को जब बिल्कुल ख़त्म होने वाले थी अवध की स्टेट, दे आस्क्ड द अवध रूलर टू गिव द टेरिटरी इनटू देयर हैंड्स बिकॉज द रूलर ऑफ द अवध वाज नॉट एबल टू एडमिनिस्टर इट्स किंगडम वेल. So this was the subsidiary treaty. Now, doctrine of lapse was introduced by Governor General Lord Dalhousie in 1848. Now, as per this policy, all the states who are not having their natural sons, so if the ruler is not having their natural son, so after the death of the ruler, his territory would be passed to the British hands automatically. So this was doctrine of lapse, and according to the doctrine of lapse, many states were annexed by the Britishers like Sambalpur, Nagpur, Udaipur, Satara, Awadh, and our Jhansi was also taken by the Britishers under the policy of doctrine of lapse only. So this is all about the policies of the Britishers that helped them to annex the Indian territories. I hope the things are clear to you. And thank you so much for today. In my next lecture, we are going to study about some other policies of direct conquest of the Britishers. Thank you.